color theory you know and love is wrong. And I was wrong too, because all my life I've been knowing that red, yellow, and blue make all of the colors that is to be true. But guess what? No, they don't. Okay? Because guess what's missing here? Take a look. Take a look. What color is missing here? Magenta. Magenta is missing. You cannot make magenta with this palette. It is impossible to make magenta with this palette. This is the closest thing you can get to it. And that's like mauve. For a little extra context before we get into it, and let's all thank Diarrhea Mini for saving us all from the plight of misinformation, because I would have gone all my life without knowing this junk, or knowing that this was a color theory and not law. For a little extra context, the red, yellow, and blue version of color theory was created by a man named Johannes Eaton. Say hello to Johannes, everybody. Okay, he was an artist during the Bauhaus period, which was a art school in Germany that made some scrumptious art. Let me tell you, the curvy letters, the graphic design, oh my gosh, I love that. Y'all gotta look up Bauhaus, okay? But he was an artist during the Bauhaus period, a Swiss artist during the Bauhaus period. And he decided he was gonna figure out him some color theory, okay? He was gonna figure out what colors make all the other colors, right? He was building on some color theory that other people had already kind of been founding and stuff like that. But the thing is, turns out, this dude was not right. You cannot make every color with this palette. The true primary colors are cyan, magenta, and yellow, which is a part of the CMYK color theory, I guess. And the K in CMYK stands for black, because cyan, yellow, and magenta all make black. That's why it's called CMYK. The K stands for key. Anyways, moving on. So before we start throwing all our supplies and everything away and start going into rage and panic and stuff like that, okay, you can still use this. Okay, not everything he said was wrong. Okay, the analogous colors stuff still works. I've been using this for like my life and I ain't had no problems yet. What I thought would be great to do today is to compare these two color theories and see how they work out for me using gouache. Okay, so we got a couple of issues to address here. And the first one is that they do not make paint tubes of cyan and magenta. They don't do that. They don't do that. They don't make those. Okay, they give you in little starter kits for all paint, they give you red, yellow, and blue, because that's what you're supposed to do. But the thing is, they don't make like just pure magenta and cyan. So I'm gonna have to try to manufacture those using what I have, because I have a little bit of this brilliant violet, and I'm thinking maybe if I mix this in with some of my primary red, I'll get a magenta. It's gonna be a train wreck, but we're gonna try our luck at it. Okay, so first order of business is gonna be making magenta, which I am extremely nervous about, because if I get the wrong color, it might throw off everything and end up not giving us a very conclusive result. Disclaimer, this is an experiment of sorts, so anything can happen. The thing I find most annoying when it comes to figuring this out, or realizing that I really didn't know this at all, is the fact that they didn't, even in my school and all the classes I learned, nobody thought to say, hey, this is a theory and it don't always work. Nobody thought to say that. Like, of course it's easier to start off with red, yellow, and blue to teach and stuff like that, but I would have loved to know that this junk isn't what we thought it was. So we got something promising here. That's looking a bit magenta-y. It looks a little bit more red on camera, but it does look in the pinkish territory. Okay, so I pulled up a reference and I'm realizing that I am nowhere near in the ballpark I need to be for magenta. And the thing is, if I add white, it's gonna take away some of the pigment, but I don't think I have a choice at this point. We're gonna have to add a little bit of white. Ooh, Lord gracious. Yuck, that was nasty. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a little bit of this white. Oh, wait a minute. That's looking pretty magenta to me. Okay, we getting a little too pink here. I think I need to relax. Okay, that is probably as close as we're going to get to magenta. I promise you it looks different in real life, but I don't think I can get the same vibrancy without a pure hue of magenta. So that's a new page. Okay, or maybe just use the back of this. I don't know what's going on. So I think I'm just gonna make two. This is gonna be the top. Perhaps I shouldn't have put it there because now I'm gonna hold everything jacked up. Anyways, all right, we got makeshift magenta. So now comes another challenge, which is making cyan, which I hope that if I mix a little bit of blue with the yellow, I should hopefully be able to achieve cyan. So we'll see. The true way you would do this is like to just get it straight out the tube. But again, like I said, I don't think I have that option really, because they don't make straight up cyan and stuff. So let's see. Oh no. I didn't clean my brush out well enough. Wow, freaking mistake, And I should be changing my paint water too. I know I lectured y'all about that, but just sometimes I can't find the care in my body, okay? We're getting closer. I think some white might be required for this too, unfortunately. Still think it's a bit too turquoise. Sorry, let me put that where y'all can see it a bit better. And yes, I mix with my brush. When it comes to like water-based mediums like this, it's just way easier to mix with your brush because you're not typically, like these water-based mediums, they go so far that it really just don't make no sense to use a palette knife because then you're wasting half the paint on the palette knife. This ain't cyan in the slightest. This ain't even nowhere near cyan. It's a certified train wreck already. Okay, I think we're in need of some white here. And now it's too light. Why must you be so difficile? What I'm realizing is that I really didn't need that much yellow to begin with. Like it was just a little bit that was necessary. And now I done messed around. Okay, we're getting closer. That's not, it ain't cyan, but it's in the ballpark. I'm gonna use up all my blue paint trying to do this, bro. Push comes to shove, I have a watercolor palette that has colors in it already. So, yeah, we might just use that, but I really want to do it with gouache because that's my main medium at this point. I don't know. Also, I do know how foolish it looks to be trying to color match to a screen from pigment in real life. I know that they don't work on the same basis, but you know what I'm saying? Who gonna stop me? You gonna stop me? That's what I thought. Okay, this is about as close as we getting for real. So I think we're gonna go ahead and lay this down. It's not the most perfect cyan at all in the slightest, but it's gonna have to suffice. All right, now for the easy part, which is just straight up yellow. Again, I should be cleaning my paint water. Ooh, it's so pretty though. I promise you, like the amount of like intrusive thoughts I have about paint water on a daily basis are concerning. It's just too pretty. It has no business being so pretty. Speaking of that, let me change it out before we end up with disastrous results. Okay, we back, and now it's time to roll out some of the yellow, which is it should be different than yellow out the tube, right? We're just gonna assume it's just regular yellow because it looks kind of pastel-y on the screen, but you know, this is my video and I get to decide what the freak I'm finna do. Aren't we just looking like a printer right now? Okay, so now here comes the challenge, which is mixing the colors together to make some of the other colors. So we're just gonna kind of go for it. And it's making more of an orange instead of a red. When you mix magenta and yellow together, you're actually supposed to get red, but it appears that I'm getting an orange of sorts. Maybe it's the ratio? I hate to mix more cyan. I mean magenta. Good gracious. It's gonna be a struggle, y'all. This is what I get. Now I'm gonna have to make some more doggone freaking magenta. Okay, well, what I am noticing is that this is way more saturated than just generally the color. Look at me trying to use red to cheat. Oh, saves. I think this is the closest to red we gonna get. So I'm just gonna place that between, you know, let's do something fun, shall we? Ooh, abstract. Okay, so already the colors are way more saturated, which I call a win in my book because I'm biased towards bright colors. So now I'm gonna mix a little bit of yellow with blue because I no longer have that much magenta and I don't feel like making it, even though I'm gonna have to do it anyway, but whatever. Oh, see, these are the colors I couldn't achieve using regular schmegler red, yellow, blue palette. Get some more yellow. Look how saturated that is. So pretty. Okay, I think that's the best green we're finna get too. So we're gonna place that between yellow and blue. This is very interesting. Look how bright it is. Like, this is what I've been missing out on. Okay, now we gotta make some more magenta. This is the kind of the problem with mixing paint colors multiple times is that you're not gonna get the same color. Like it's near impossible. Like I'm pretty sure that's lighter this time. Okay, now that it's a bit darker, I'm gonna take some of this cyan and we're gonna see what we achieve together. Oh, okay. No, purple? What the heck? Yo, I had a feeling I thought it would be more blue. I'm supposed to be making blue right now. Actually, that's the goal. The goal is blue. So why am I not? I got too much in the brush still. That's the problem. Okay, wait. We're getting somewhere. Okay. I think that might be as close as we're gonna get to blue because it's either more purpley or more on the cyan side. So I guess this is I don't know what to think, to be honest. Just show you a bit closer up. I was gonna do like the tertiary colors too, but I think this might be enough, to be honest. Okay, so now the final test is going to be mixing cyan, magenta, and yellow together to see if then I get sort of a black color, which I don't think is gonna happen just based off of A, my paint water, and B, the results I've had thus so far. But you know, let's give it a shot, shall we? I really gotta stop putting too much yellow, bro. Okay, so grab us a little bit of cyan, grab us a bit of magenta. I'm nervous. Oh, a bit icky, ain't it? How do I get it darker is the question. Okay. Ooh, icky. See, now it's too yellow. Now it's a bit too pink. I think about switching my brush around. I keep introducing new colors too. That's the problem with mixing with your brush. Okay, we're getting somewhere. This definitely ain't black. Like on nobody planet Earth is this black. Okay, it's a bit of a desaturated, nasty boo-boo brown. I don't know if that's the end game, but that's what we. Oh, well, this is insightful. Made a brown. Okay, now that we're done experimenting, because we're not doing the tertiary colors. This is too much. That's too much for one day. Now we're gonna work with the regular primary, secondary, and tertiary colors and see, well, not regular, the incorrect ones, the Eden color theory colors, and we're gonna see what we achieve that way. So we got red, which I'm just gonna straight up apply to the canvas. Okay, that's way too much water. Thing about gouache is that if you use too much water, it just becomes completely transparent, which can work in your favor if that's what you're going for, but that is not at all what I was going for. Okay, so that's the red. Now we got yellow. Ah, yes, I have polluted it because guess what time it is? It's time to change the water up again. Good gracious. This is what I mean. You see how that yellow, this is what it looks like straight out of the tube, and you see how like more marigold it is now because the water's too saturated. So now I'm gonna go change this out. Back to it with clean water this time. So now I'm gonna just add yellow in a different spot now so it doesn't get so polluted. Here's yellow, and now it's time for blue. And of course, this is not the typical blue that people use in these color palettes. Like, it's a much darker blue, but this is what I got straight out the tube, so that's what we're working with. Okay, so that's the Eaton color theory palette. Now we're gonna get the mixing, okay? So now we've made orange, which was much more saturated than the orange I just made. But again, I don't have true magenta and cyan, so colors ain't gonna be exactly what we are going for. Now we're gonna make green. Now we got green, which I'm gonna put right here. It's a bit similar, actually. Actually, it's a bit darker. Interesting. And now for the last color, we're gonna make purple. That was very quick for the purple. It's crazy how different the colors I just made are. All right, now for the final test, can I make black using radial and blue? Oh, kind of promising. Oh, I think it was too much red in there. It's a pretty color though. Maybe let's add a bit more blue shine. Now it's a bit more on the purpley side. Now it's just mulberry. What the heck? That was way too much yellow. This darn yellow and its ability to just take over. Now it's too red. Now it's too orange. That's interesting. I think this might be what we finna get right now, which is not black at all. Oh my gosh. I think that might be as close as we finna get to it, because every time I mix some other color in, it just gets worse. Okay, so as you can see, we have vastly different yet similar results. I don't know what to do with this information, but we've done it. So I don't know if this is getting implemented into my painting routine anytime soon, but it has been insightful, and it ended up about the way I thought it would, which was a straight up train wreck. But you know, we've experimented, and as I figure out more stuff about this, I'll relay that information to you all. So I hope this video was helpful for the actual history part of it. As for this, I don't know what to tell you, but I hope that helped too. So anyways, guys, thanks for coming on this journey with me of figuring out what the freak is going on with color theory. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.